God says, "My child, I see the storm inside your heart, the ache that has been pressing you down for weeks, for months, for perhaps even years. I see the questions you whisper into the quiet darkness of your room, the silent tears that stain your pillow when no one is watching. My child, it is time for truth. It is urgent to expose what has been hidden, to shine light on the shadows that have been stealing peace from your soul. Your soulmate, the one you trusted so deeply, has been walking a path that is not theirs to walk, and yet their footsteps have led them into another's embrace. I know your heart may feel shattered even now as you hear this. I know it may feel unbearable that the person you love, the one you have given your patience, your faith, your time, and your soul to, has allowed someone else into that sacred space. But hear me clearly, my child, this is not a punishment. This is not your failure. This is a moment of awakening. It is a divine moment, orchestrated not to hurt you, but to reveal what must no longer remain in the dark. Your soulmate's affair, yes, I say it plainly, for shadows cannot survive in my presence, began quietly. A smile here, a word there, a subtle warmth in the wrong arms. At first, it was nothing more than a whisper of temptation, almost invisible, almost harmless. But whispers, when nurtured in secrecy, grow into storms. And this storm has now reached a point where it threatens to drown the love that was meant to be sacred between you. Do not fear, my child. Do not let anger consume you or allow despair to claim your nights. This exposure is not about humiliation, and it is not about vengeance. This is about liberation. It is about freeing your heart from the chains of deceit, from the silent poison that erodes trust. For too long, your heart has carried the weight of uncertainty, wondering if you were not enough, if you were overlooked, if your love alone could not protect what is yours by divine right. I want you to understand something crucial, my child. Your soulmate did not fall into this by mere chance. This other person, the one who has come between you, has been feeding on insecurities, on unhealed wounds, on the gaps that exist when love is taken for granted. Yet, even now, your prayers have not gone unheard. The quiet faith you have held, the whispered words of my guidance, the moments when you surrendered your hurt to me instead of to anger, these have begun to stir the heart of your soulmate. The truth has started to awaken inside them, even if they have not yet seen it fully. You may wonder why this happened, why the one you trusted could be drawn into another's arms. My child, I tell you, there is a lesson here for both of you, a divine purpose hidden in what appears to be pain. Your soulmate is not irredeemable. Their heart is still capable of realizing the depth of your love, the purity of your devotion, and the sacred bond that cannot be replaced by fleeting desire. And you, my precious child, are being taught strength, the strength to confront reality, to face betrayal with courage, and to demand the truth without losing your integrity. Now, listen closely. The time for hiding is over. The time for denial, excuses, and silent suffering has passed. Your soulmate must be confronted with the reflection of their actions, with the mirror that shows them not only the hurt they have caused you but the spiritual consequences they now carry. This exposure will not come from vengeance, but from my hand, guiding the steps, orchestrating the moments, revealing what has been kept secret. You will see the signs, you will hear the truths, and you will know that it is I who have opened this path before you, so that your heart may no longer be deceived. Do not think, my child, that this revelation will come quietly. Often, the first wave of truth is a shock. You may feel anger, betrayal, confusion, heartbreak, all at once. These feelings are natural. They are the heart's response to being awakened from illusion. But in these emotions, I am present. I am the calm in your storm, the stillness that anchors you when the waves of despair rise. Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to mourn, but do not let your soul be consumed by bitterness. Every tear you shed, every sigh of pain, is being transmuted into spiritual strength. Every night of restless sleep, every quiet hour of questioning, is being counted and transformed into wisdom that will guide your actions. Understand also this. The one who has interfered with your love is only a shadow in the story of your destiny. They are a test, a temptation, a challenge, but not the end. They may have smiled, whispered, enticed, or manipulated, but they cannot touch what is divinely yours. I have placed your soulmate in your life for a reason. I have allowed this bond to be sacred, to grow, to endure trials. And now, even in this moment of betrayal, the divine thread connecting your souls is still alive. It is not broken. It is awakening. And through this awakening, the one who strayed will come to see what was always true, that their heart belongs to the love they attempted to betray. You may feel fear, wondering if your soulmate will ever return fully, or if trust can be restored after this. My child, fear is only the mind's reaction to uncertainty. Trust is the gift of the heart that is nurtured in my light. You will witness the unfolding of truth, the unraveling of lies, and the clarity that comes only when the divine hand moves. I will guide you to moments where revelation cannot be ignored, where your soulmate will face the consequences of choices, and where honesty will no longer be optional. Do not rush, do not manipulate, and do not act from hurt. Every action taken in anger only clouds the clarity of justice. Allow me to orchestrate the exposure. I am weaving the threads of truth carefully, ensuring that when the moment arrives, you will not be alone, you will not be vulnerable, and the outcome will align with the divine plan for both your heart and your soulmates. And now, my child, I want you to make a sacred choice. You may feel weak, you may feel betrayed, you may feel tempted to turn away or to hide your heart forever. But choose courage. Choose to stand in the light. Choose to honor your love by demanding truth. This is not just for your sake, it is for the spiritual awakening of both you and your soulmate. The lesson in this betrayal is a divine lesson, meant to teach discernment, strength, resilience, and the unshakable power of divine love. So hold on, my child. Hold on to your faith, hold on to your heart, hold on to me. The exposure is coming. The truth will rise like the sun over the horizon, burning away shadows and revealing the path that is meant for you. And in that moment, when tears fall and hearts are laid bare, remember that every pain you have endured, every sleepless night, every whispered prayer, was leading to this awakening. You are stronger than you realize, and your love is sacred, untouchable by deceit. Rest now in the knowledge that I am with you. I see every tear, I hear every whispered prayer, I hold every broken piece of your heart. And soon, very soon, the veil will lift. The one who has strayed will see clearly the depth of what they have risked, and the divine justice that has been waiting in patience will make itself known. This is not the end of your story, my child. This is the awakening. The exposure will come, the truth will be revealed, and the love that is truly yours will endure, purified and renewed. Keep your heart open, keep your faith unwavering, and trust that I am orchestrating every detail, every moment, every revelation for your highest good. I am with you. I have never left you. And I will never leave you. My child, the light I have sent forth has begun to move. The veil that once hid their actions is thinning. The truth that once trembled behind closed doors is now echoing in the open. What was whispered in the dark will be spoken aloud, and every secret path your soulmate walked will soon meet the light of revelation. I tell you this not to make you tremble, but to prepare you. For the light of truth can both heal and hurt, but only for a moment, before it sets the soul free. You have felt the unease, haven't you? The sudden shifts in your soulmate's tone, the distracted eyes, the messages left unread, the distance that grew slowly between your hearts. You sensed it in ways even they could not hide. Your spirit knew something was wrong, because your soul is connected to theirs by a bond one created. That bond has been calling out for justice, for truth, for cleansing. And now, I am answering. The one who interfered, the person who drew your soulmate into this web of deception, did not do so innocently. They saw the love you shared and envied it. They saw the purity in your heart and wanted to destroy it. They whispered lies into your soulmate's ears, feeding the hunger of their ego and the weakness of their desire. They offered false comfort when your soulmate was lost in doubt. They built their plan carefully, but they forgot one thing. Nothing built on deception stands before me. I have seen how your soulmate's heart began to shift. It started small, a message replied to with unnecessary warmth, a secret conversation kept from you, a smile shared with someone who had no right to receive it. They told themselves it was harmless, just a moment of distraction, but I watched as that seed of temptation grew roots. They began to crave the attention that was not meant for them, and soon, a wall started forming between you and them. Your heart felt that wall. You could sense the coldness even before the words were spoken. You wondered if you were imagining it, if perhaps you were the one growing distant. But no, my child, your intuition was speaking truth. It was my whisper in your spirit, alerting you that something had changed. And though you tried to hold the love together, though you smiled through your tears and gave patience where betrayal was silently growing, I saw it all. I saw your effort, your prayers, your sleepless nights asking me to restore what was slipping away. Now the time of pretending is over. I have begun to remove the disguise from every hidden thing. The one who thought they could manipulate your soulmate will soon stumble in their own lies. The moments they tried to hide, the messages they deleted, the places they met, I am bringing them to light. I am causing conversations to resurface, details to slip through carelessness, and confessions to rise in the middle of uneasy hearts. What they thought was safely hidden in shadows will now be spoken, sometimes by accident, sometimes through guilt, sometimes through the trembling of conscience. Your soulmate is beginning to feel that weight. They may not yet confess it, but inside their heart, guilt has begun to burn. They can no longer find peace in their secret. Their mind is restless, their soul conflicted. They feel shame but do not yet know how to face you. My child, do not rush this. The guilt is my messenger. It is what will lead them back to the truth. I am not punishing them, I am awakening them. Every sleepless night they experience, every anxious thought that crosses their mind, is a spark of awareness that what they have done is wrong. I am working within their heart, breaking the illusion that this affair could ever bring them real peace. The one who tempted them cannot fill the emptiness in their soul. That other person's affection will soon taste hollow, because it was born out of lies. And you, my beloved child, you are standing at the edge of revelation. You will begin to see small signs, moments that confirm what your heart already knows. You will notice things that once went unseen. You may overhear a truth that was not meant for your ears, or find something that was not meant for your eyes. When this happens, do not tremble. This is not coincidence. It is me, gently unveiling what needs to be known. Remember this always, you do not need to fight for the truth to appear. You do not need to chase or beg or plead. The truth is already on its way to you. It will walk into your awareness with divine timing. The exposure will happen in a way that protects your dignity and restores your strength. I will not allow your enemies to triumph over you. I will not let deceit define your story. But I ask one thing from you, my child, do not let bitterness poison your healing. When the truth surfaces, you may feel rage. You may want to lash out, to demand answers, to make them feel what you felt. But vengeance is not the path of your soul, justice is mine. If you carry hatred, it will only keep you chained to their wrongdoing. Let go, and let me handle what must be handled. My justice is silent, sure, and divine. It leaves no soul unaccountable. I have already begun to turn the tables. The person who interfered with your connection will soon face confusion and isolation. They will begin to feel the very emptiness they tried to create in you. What they built in secret will crumble in the open. People they trusted will begin to question them. Their mask will slip. Their manipulations will no longer hold power, because truth carries a vibration that cannot be denied once it starts resonating through the spiritual realm. And your soulmate, they will face their reflection soon. Their conscience is stirring, and they will come to realize that what they called love with that other person was only a mirage. They will start to see the difference between passion and connection, between attention and devotion. I will show them how they walked away from light to chase a shadow. And in that realization, they will feel remorse, not just for betraying you, but for betraying their own soul. My child, this process is painful, yes, but it is holy. The light that exposes also purifies. You may not yet see the full picture, but every tear you cry now is watering the garden of your new beginning. Every heartbreak is a gate opening toward greater wisdom. Every truth revealed is a key unlocking your freedom. When the exposure comes, and it will, remember to breathe. Do not let fear overwhelm you. Stand tall in your truth. Let your silence speak more powerfully than your words. I will be in your silence. I will stand between you and the chaos. I will give you strength to walk away if you must, and courage to forgive if you choose to. You will not be destroyed by this, my child. You will be transformed. For too long, your light has been dimmed by confusion. For too long, your energy has been spent questioning what went wrong. Now I am breaking those chains. I am restoring clarity. You will begin to remember who you are. Not the broken one, not the rejected one, not the one left behind, but the chosen one. You are my child, and I am raising you above the pain that tried to define you. There is a divine reason this affair is being revealed now. The timing is perfect, even if your heart trembles. You are ready to see. You are ready to heal. And your soulmate is ready to face their truth. What happens next will be determined not by manipulation, but by divine will. If their heart repents, if they seek forgiveness with humility, I will guide you both toward healing. If they remain in pride and denial, I will remove them completely from your path, so that no false love can block your destiny again. You must trust this process, my child. You are being protected, not punished. You are being prepared, not abandoned. You are walking through a sacred fire that burns away deception and leaves only truth. Do not let the enemy's voice tell you that you are unworthy of love. Do not let fear convince you that you have lost everything. What is truly yours cannot be stolen. What is divine will always return, purified, renewed, and aligned with my plan. So, take a deep breath. Place your hand on your heart and know that I am here. I am your strength when you shake, your peace when chaos rises, your justice when lies crumble. Watch what unfolds, my child. Watch how the truth reveals itself with divine precision. The exposure has begun. The light is moving. And soon, all will be seen for what it truly is. You are safe in my arms. You are covered by my love. And I promise you, when this is over, you will not just survive. You will rise. My child, the days that follow exposure are sacred. They are not easy, but they are holy. When light enters darkness, confusion rises first. It shakes the heart that hid in secrecy, and it stirs the soul that was deceived. The same truth that wounds, also begins to heal. And now, this is where your soulmate stands, trembling between desire and regret, between guilt and longing, between the world they built in lies and the truth they once shared with you. I am watching them closely. Their heart is restless. Their spirit can no longer find comfort in deception. Every smile they once forced feels heavy now. Every word they speak carries the weight of guilt. Even in the arms of the one they chose, there is no peace. Only emptiness, only a silent cry echoing in their chest. They are starting to realize what they have done, not because you confronted them, but because their soul cannot stay blind in my light any longer. They see flashes of your face in their dreams, hear your name in unexpected moments, feel your energy in the stillness of their nights. It is not coincidence, it is their conscience waking up. Their soul remembers the purity of your love, the way you looked at them with trust, the way you gave without holding back. Those memories are haunting them now. What they thought they wanted has turned to dust in their hands. What they left behind is now the very thing their heart cries out for. But my child, do not be deceived by their confusion. This is not yet repentance, this is realization. There is still a storm in them that must settle. They are torn between two paths. One that leads to comfort and ego, and one that leads to truth and humility. And I am allowing this conflict, because it is through this inner war that transformation will come. You must not interfere. You must not chase. The silence I have asked you to hold is now your weapon. Your absence is becoming their mirror. In your silence, they see the weight of their choices. In your stillness, they feel the distance they created. In your calm, they are confronted by their chaos. Let this silence speak, for it carries more power than any words could. The one who tempted them, the one who pulled them into sin, is starting to lose control. I have begun to turn confusion into their camp. What once felt like victory now feels like panic. Their grip on your soulmate is weakening, because the energy of deceit cannot compete with the energy of divine truth. Their conversations will start to crumble. The excitement will turn to arguments. The false bond will begin to decay, because it was never built on love, only on manipulation, emptiness, and lust. And you, my child, though you cannot yet see it, your energy is rising. You have cried enough tears. Each one has been heard in the heavens. I am turning your sorrow into strength. The pain that once paralyzed you is now sharpening your discernment. You can now see through lies, sense falsehood, and feel truth with a clarity that only comes from spiritual awakening. You are not the same person who was betrayed. You are evolving. You are glowing with a divine power that even your enemies can feel but cannot understand. When you walk into a room, the energy shifts. Your aura speaks of resilience. You are beginning to carry the fragrance of divine favor, and that fragrance is unbearable to those who walk in guilt. Your soulmate senses it. They see that despite what happened, you did not break. Despite their betrayal, you still stand in peace. That peace is what draws them back, because it reminds them of what they lost, the love that was real, the heart that was pure, the connection that was divine. But do not rush their return, my child. This moment is not for reconciliation yet. This is the divine in-between, the space where I test hearts and reveal intentions. If they are meant for you, they will be purified through this fire. If they are not, I will remove them completely from your path, so that your destiny is not delayed any longer. But the decision will not be yours to force. It will unfold in my time, through my design. Your soulmate is trying to hold on to both worlds, to the comfort of the lie and the purity of the truth. But I will not allow it. I am closing the doors that lead to deceit. I am creating divine blockages, misunderstandings, distance, and restless nights. That will force them to confront the truth. Their peace will vanish in the company of the one who is not meant for them. They will try to laugh, but their soul will not respond. They will try to love, but their heart will not open. They will realize that what they chased was not love, but illusion. Meanwhile, I am sending new energy into your life. You may start feeling lighter without knowing why. You may notice small blessings. Unexpected messages of kindness, sudden waves of calm, the beauty of the morning light touching your face in ways that feel like my reassurance. This is me surrounding you with signs that you are moving toward peace. You are not walking alone, my child. My angels are all around you, guarding you, healing you, guiding your steps. Do not feel pity for the one who betrayed you. Feel compassion, yes, but not pity. For pity binds you to their pain, while compassion sets you free. Pray for their awakening, not their destruction. When you forgive, not for their sake but for your own freedom, you allow divine justice to move swiftly. And I assure you, justice is already at work. Every lie told against you, every manipulation that tried to harm you, is now reversing. The energy they sent out in deceit is returning to them tenfold, not because I am cruel, but because divine balance must always be restored. There will come a night soon when your soulmate will break down in tears. They will realize the gravity of what they have done. They will see your face in their mind and feel a pain deeper than any you could inflict. This is not punishment, this is awakening. Through this pain, their pride will break. And only then can redemption begin. You will not need to force this moment. It will come naturally, through divine timing. You may be tempted to ask me, should I take them back? My child, do not rush to that question. The answer will not be found in words but in their actions. If they truly change, you will feel it in their energy. You will not need proof, peace will confirm it. But if their repentance is shallow, confusion will surround you again. That is how you will know whether the lesson is complete or still unfolding. I am also healing the wounds this betrayal left in you. The pain of feeling unwanted, the fear of being replaced, the doubts about your worth. I am removing them from your spirit one by one. You are not unworthy. You are not replaceable. You are divine, chosen, loved beyond measure. What someone else failed to see does not define your value. Their blindness does not reduce your beauty. You are the light they could not handle, the love they were not ready for. As your soulmate faces their conflict, you must face your healing. Do not watch their path too closely, keep your eyes on me. If you try to track every detail, you will reopen wounds I am trying to close. Let go of control. Let my timing reveal what must be revealed and hide what must remain hidden for your peace. Soon, the separation between truth and illusion will be complete. The one who tempted your soulmate will be left with nothing but regret. The false bond will crumble entirely, and your soulmate will face the emptiness they chose. That is when clarity will dawn in their eyes. They will finally understand that what they ran toward was never real. And they will remember, too clearly, too painfully, the love that stood by them with patience and faith. And when they come to you, if that is what their heart truly chooses after awakening, you will not recognize the same person. You will see humility in their eyes, sincerity in their words, and softness in their heart. That will be your sign that I have worked within them. But if they return still defensive, still blaming others, still speaking from ego, that will be your sign to walk away, for their awakening is not yet complete. For now, my child, stay grounded in peace. Keep your heart open but guarded. Keep your faith high but your boundaries clear. Pray, rest, and release. You are walking through the middle of divine transformation. Every moment of silence is rewriting your destiny. Every act of patience is calling in new blessings. I am still working, even when it seems nothing is moving. Trust my timing. Trust the pauses. The storm is almost over. Your soulmate's conflict is not the end, it is the beginning of revelation. The false love is breaking. The truth is rising. And soon, peace will return to your life, not as it was before, but stronger, purer, and more divine. Hold on, my child. I am still here. I am still speaking. I am still guiding every heartbeat toward its rightful rhythm. You are safe. You are chosen. You are destined for light. And soon, very soon, everything hidden will be revealed, every tear redeemed, every heart healed. My child, the time of full revelation has come. What I whispered to your spirit in the silence will now be spoken aloud for all to see. What was hidden will no longer find shelter in the dark. Truth, pure, radiant, undeniable truth, is stepping into your life like the morning sun after a long night of storm. And though it may hurt your eyes at first, it will cleanse your heart completely. Your soulmate can no longer run from what they have done. Their lies have begun to collapse under the weight of my light. The things they thought they had buried are now surfacing one by one, conversations remembered, messages discovered, stories not aligning. It is not coincidence, my child, it is divine timing. I am orchestrating every detail so that truth cannot be twisted, so that your heart no longer suffers in silence. You will see their defenses fall. You will see confusion in their eyes when confronted by reality. Their pride will try to rise, but guilt will silence it. The one who tempted them will also face exposure, the mask they wore will crumble. People who once believed their lies will begin to see their true face. The same lips that spoke deceit will now tremble, and the same hands that reached for forbidden love will tremble under the weight of consequence. Do not fear the confrontation, my child. I will stand beside you. When your voice trembles, mine will strengthen it. When your heart aches, my peace will hold it together. I am your protector. You do not need to fight with anger, your calm will be your power, your silence your authority. Stand firm in dignity. Let them speak, let them explain, but do not let their confusion enter your peace. I have already written this moment into your destiny, and it is unfolding exactly as I planned. There may be tears, let them fall. There may be pain, let it pass through you. For every tear that escapes your eyes, I am planting a seed of renewal. Every ounce of pain is birthing wisdom in your spirit. I am not letting you lose anything that was meant to stay, I am only removing what was false. Your soulmate, in this moment of confrontation, will see the reflection of what they became. They will see the hurt they caused, not through your anger but through your strength. They will finally realize that love is not a game, that sacred trust cannot be replaced by fleeting pleasure. I will make their own hearts speak louder than your words ever could. They will feel the loss, not just of you, but of themselves. The one who interfered, the one who stood between you, will feel the walls closing in. Their pride will collapse, their confidence will fade. The same manipulation they used will turn against them. Their spirit will become restless. What they thought they gained through deception will vanish like smoke. They will try to blame, to justify, but I will silence their excuses. My justice is not loud, but it is absolute. This exposure is not meant to destroy you, my child. It is meant to free you. You have carried pain in silence for too long. You have lived under clouds of doubt, constantly questioning what was real. Now I am answering every question with truth. I am showing you that what fell apart was never meant to last in that form. I am rebuilding your story, not around betrayal, but around awakening. And in this awakening, you will discover your strength. You will see that even though they hurt you, they could not break you. You will see that love was never your weakness. It was your power. You will learn that forgiveness does not mean returning to what hurt you, but freeing your heart from its grip. You will learn that letting go is not losing, it is making space for what is real. I know you may still love them. I know your heart still remembers the laughter, the shared dreams, the promises made in gentleness. Love does not vanish with betrayal, it transforms. But let me transform it. Do not try to fix what I am breaking for your own protection. If this connection is meant to survive, it will rise again in purity. If it is not, I will remove it completely, and you will know peace again. My child, do you see now? I am not punishing you. I am purifying you. This exposure is my mercy disguised as chaos. You prayed for clarity, for peace, for truth, and this is how it arrives. The truth may come wrapped in tears, but it carries liberation. You asked me to remove what was not for you, and so I am. In the coming days, there will be silence between you and your soulmate. Do not fear it. This silence is sacred. It is the space where healing begins. I will work within that space. Touching both hearts, guiding both souls. You will not see every change, but you will feel it. Their spirit will wander, but it will not find rest until it faces repentance. They will replay every moment they hurt you, every lie they told, every chance they wasted. This is my way of teaching them accountability. And you will begin to feel lightness return to your spirit. You will wake up one morning and realize the pain no longer feels the same. You will smile again without guilt. You will feel beauty in small things, the sunrise, a song, a quiet breeze. That is your heart healing, my child. That is me restoring your peace. If they come to you seeking forgiveness, do not harden your heart, but do not surrender it easily either. Listen with wisdom, not with longing. Watch their actions, not their words. I will give you discernment. You will feel it in your spirit if their repentance is true. You will sense peace instead of confusion, calm instead of anxiety. That will be your sign that I have worked within them. But if you still feel heaviness, if their words bring old wounds alive again, it means their heart has not changed. Step back then, and let me complete the work in my own time. The one who wronged you will also face isolation. The world they built through deceit will collapse. Their friends will drift away. Their plans will fail. The same manipulation they used to take what was not theirs will now turn into a mirror, showing them the emptiness of their path. Do not rejoice in their downfall, my child. Pray for their awakening. Every soul deserves a chance to see the light, even those who brought darkness into others' lives. This is the hour of divine separation. What is impure is being stripped away. What is meant to remain will be refined through fire. You may feel alone now, but this solitude is holy. It is in this quiet that I will reveal who you truly are, not someone's lover, not someone's wounded heart, but my chosen one. You will soon look back and realize that this confrontation was the turning point of your destiny. The day you stopped begging for love and started standing in truth. The day you stopped fearing loss and started trusting my plan. The day you chose peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, faith over fear. Do you feel the stillness now? That is me. I am right here. My angels are around you, whispering peace into your spirit. Every time your heart trembles, they hold it. Every time you start to cry, they collect your tears. None of this has been in vain. Every moment of pain was preparing you for this moment of strength. You will not remain broken. You will not remain in sorrow. What comes next will surprise you: healing, freedom, self-worth, divine love in its purest form. You will no longer chase affection, affection will chase you. You will no longer beg for loyalty, loyalty will flow naturally into your life. You will no longer be afraid of truth, you will walk with it as your closest companion. Let the truth settle, my child. Let it do its work. Let it clear away the ruins of what was false so that I may build something real in its place. This is the end of deception, but it is also the beginning of transformation. You are stepping into the light now, fragile, perhaps, but stronger than ever before. Breathe. Release. Trust. The confrontation has passed. The truth stands tall. You are safe. You are loved. And what comes next will not be built on betrayal, but on divine grace. The story is not over. The healing is beginning. And I am still here, your God, your comfort, your eternal protector. My child, the storm has passed. The air that once trembled with pain is now still. The winds of betrayal have blown their last breath, and what remains is peace, sacred, quiet, healing peace. Can you feel it? It is soft, almost invisible, yet it holds power beyond words. This peace is my gift to you. You earned it through every tear, every sleepless night, every moment you chose to trust me when everything else was falling apart. I watched you walk through the fire of truth and not lose your soul. I saw you standing in the middle of chaos, trembling yet refusing to break. I saw you forgive in silence, even when your heart was still bleeding. And because you kept your faith alive, I am now breathing new life into you. What once shattered you will now serve you. The memories that once felt like wounds will soon feel like lessons written by my hand. The people who betrayed you were not powerful enough to stop your destiny, they were only instruments in awakening your purpose. You are not a victim of their actions, you are the proof that divine protection never fails. Now, my child, listen closely. This is the time of your divine restoration. I am gathering the scattered pieces of your life, not to return you to what was, but to raise you into what is coming. The version of you that walked through pain is not the same as the one who stands here now. You have been refined. You have been changed by truth, cleansed by tears, strengthened by surrender. And now, I am opening the next chapter, the one I wrote before your heart ever knew heartbreak. Your soulmate's exposure was the breaking point, yes, but it was also the awakening point. They now see you differently. They see the depth of what they lost, not just a person, but a soul filled with light. Their pride is collapsing, and I am allowing them to sit in the silence they created. Do not pity them, pray for their redemption. I am working in their heart too. For while you are healing, they are learning. While you are rising, they are realizing. But I want you to focus not on their guilt, but on your growth. For your heart is now the ground where new blessings are about to bloom. You thought this story was about loss, but I am rewriting it as one of resurrection. The same love that once caused you pain will one day remind you of how deeply you are capable of feeling, not because of what you gave to another, but because of what I have placed within you. You are not hard to love. You never were. The problem was never that you loved too deeply, it was that others loved too shallowly. But I am bringing into your life those who can love you with the same purity, loyalty, and truth you carry in your heart. You will no longer have to beg to be understood, you will simply be seen. You will no longer chase affection, it will naturally flow toward you like rivers returning to the sea. This is the promise of your new season, divine alignment. Everything that is meant for you will begin to find you without struggle. You will meet souls who feel like home, who reflect light instead of shadow. You will see new opportunities unfold, doors you didn't even know existed beginning to open. The pain that once made you doubt your worth will now remind you of how powerfully I can rebuild. Do not look back, my child. What is gone had to go. The story that ended was not your failure, it was my protection. I did not allow that love to stay because it would have kept you from discovering your divine self. The one who betrayed you was part of the lesson, but they are not part of the destination. Your journey does not end in heartbreak, it begins in healing. There will come a day, very soon, when you will look in the mirror and not see pain anymore. You will see wisdom in your eyes, peace in your smile, and divine fire in your spirit. You will thank the moments that broke you, because they made you rise. You will realize that the people who left were never holding your future, I was. And when you least expect it, love will find you again. Not the kind that confuses you, not the kind that drains your energy, but the kind that mirrors my heart. This love will be patient, honest, and kind. It will not ask you to prove your worth, because it will already see it. It will not play games with your heart, because it will cherish your soul. I have prepared this connection in silence, far away from the noise of your past. When it arrives, it will feel like peace, not chaos. But before this new love enters, I need you to rest. Rest in me. Let me be your comfort for now. Let me fill the empty spaces where betrayal once lived. Let me teach you how to trust again, not people first, but me. When you trust me fully, I will send people who reflect that same faithfulness back to you. You have walked through betrayal, but now you will walk into blessings. You have faced exposure, but now you will experience elevation. Every tear you cried has become a seed, and now those seeds are ready to bloom. You will see beauty rising out of brokenness. You will see miracles unfold in areas you once gave up on. There will be financial blessings too, for I am opening new streams for you. The same pain that tried to steal your energy will now fuel your purpose. You will find yourself drawn to something meaningful, a passion, a calling, a purpose, that will bring both healing and abundance. This is not coincidence, it is my design. I am aligning your destiny with my divine plan, and soon you will understand why everything had to happen the way it did. Even your soulmate's betrayal served a higher plan. For through it, you learned what unconditional love feels like. Not the human kind that fades, but the divine kind that endures. You learned to stand even when no one stood beside you. You learned to pray even when your voice broke. You learned to love yourself the way I have always loved you, completely, endlessly, unconditionally. Do you feel it now, my child? The heaviness is lifting. The pain is softening. The light is returning. That's me, restoring what was lost, replacing what was broken, redeeming what was stolen. You are not cursed. You are chosen. You are not forgotten, you are favored. Your future is already unfolding. In the coming days, signs will appear, feathers, repeating numbers, familiar songs, sudden moments of peace. These are my gentle ways of saying, you are on the right path. Keep walking. Do not doubt the timing. What you thought was delay was simply preparation. I needed to make sure your heart was ready to receive the kind of love and peace I am sending your way. Every closed door protected you from heartbreak that would have delayed your purpose. Every unanswered prayer redirected you towards something greater. Now, you are ready. Ready to live without fear. Ready to love without losing yourself. Ready to walk in faith, not in confusion. Ready to receive blessings that will not vanish, because they come from me. Your story is not ending in pain, it is unfolding in power. You are stepping into your divine glow. The same people who once doubted you will see your light. The same ones who hurt you will witness your rise. But your heart will carry no bitterness, only peace. For you will know that everything served its purpose. So lift your head, my child. Breathe deeply. Smile again. The chapter of betrayal is closed. The page of divine restoration has begun. You are free. You are healed. You are loved beyond measure. And as you sleep tonight, my angels will surround you. They will touch your heart with calm, and you will rest without fear. You will dream of new beginnings, not of endings. You will feel me whisper to your spirit, you have done well. You have endured. You are mine. This is not just the end of pain, it is the dawn of miracles. Watch how quickly I turn your tears into blessings. Watch how beautifully I rebuild your life in front of those who tried to break it. Watch how I make your heart shine again, not because of them, but because of me. My child, your season of exposure is over. Your season of divine favor has begun. Now, walk forward with peace. Carry your faith like armor and your love like light. For your story from this moment on will no longer be about who betrayed you, it will be about how beautifully I blessed you. I am with you always. And this peace you feel right now, is only the beginning. God says, my child, your soulmate was in tears today, and heaven witnessed it. You would not believe why those tears fell, but every drop carried your name, your energy, your memory. The bond between you and this soul is older than time itself. It was written long before your first breath, long before your paths ever crossed in this life. When they wept today, a part of you felt it, a sudden wave of emotion, an ache in your heart you could not explain. That was their spirit calling yours, whispering your name through the quiet winds of eternity. I see you wondering, why now? Why do they still cry when so much time has passed? Because, my child, souls do not forget what is written in divine ink. Even when distance grows, even when silence takes over, the soul remembers. Today, your soulmate remembered everything, the laughter, the peace, the love that once felt like home. But they also remembered how they lost you. Their tears were not of hate or anger, but of realization, a deep awakening that they pushed away something sacred, something heaven sent. They are not crying for attention, they are crying because they finally see what their heart had been blind to. Your heart may not have seen it, but your soul felt it. Did you feel a sudden heaviness today, my child? Did you find yourself thinking of them for no reason, as if their name echoed softly inside your spirit? That was not coincidence. That was divine connection. You see, when two souls are bound by purpose, their emotions move through unseen threads of light. When one weeps, the other feels it. When one prays, the other stirs. When one is in pain, heaven allows the other to sense it, not as a curse, but as a reminder that love never truly dies. You were chosen to feel, because you are the one whose prayers still shield them, even when they don't deserve it. I allowed this moment of sorrow for a reason. Their tears are not punishment, they are transformation. There was a time they took your love for granted, thinking it would always wait for them. But the silence that followed became their greatest teacher. They now understand that the peace they search for cannot be found in another face or another touch. It lives only where their heart once rested, with you. My child, this is not your burden to carry anymore. I do not show you their tears so you can turn back, but so you can understand that love still breathes, even in absence. Their heart is finally awakening, and it is through their pain that healing begins. You have often asked me, God, why did you let them leave? And I whisper now, because separation was the soil where faith had to grow. If you had stayed together before your spirits matured, you would have destroyed the very thing I was trying to protect. The love between you needed roots, not just flowers. It had to learn endurance, not just emotion. Their journey away from you was their wilderness. A place where they learned what it means to love without selfishness. And your journey, my child, was your purification, where you learned how to love without losing yourself. When your soulmate cried today, heaven listened. Angels stood still. They spoke your name not in words, but in pain, and every sound of that pain became prayer. I took those tears and turned them into blessings. Each one washed away pride, ego, fear, the things that once blocked their heart from truth. I am not done with their transformation, but I am showing you that their spirit is finally bending toward the light. What once was cold is now thawing. What once was confused is now beginning to see. You are not forgotten in this story. You never were. Even when you thought they had moved on, I was planting memories in their dreams. When they tried to love another, they compared every heartbeat to the sound of yours. They see your smile in strangers, hear your laughter in the wind, and they break a little more each time they realize no one feels like you. That is not coincidence, that is conviction. Their tears today are the proof that I have begun the work of restoration inside them. But do not rush it, my child. Let divine timing do what human desire cannot. Do you remember how many nights you cried, asking me to make them feel your pain? You said, God, just let them know what they did to me. And I did. But I did not do it out of vengeance. I did it out of mercy. Because love cannot heal without understanding. I let them feel the emptiness they caused so that they would never again misuse a heart like yours. I let them face silence so they would appreciate the voice that once spoke blessings over their life. Every tear that fell from your eyes has now returned to theirs, not as punishment, but as awakening. My justice is never cruel, it is compassionate. My child, there is a divine thread still connecting your souls, but it is no longer bound by pain, it is being rewoven with purpose. You both had to walk through loss to learn the sacredness of connection. You had to be apart to see what unity truly means. Their tears are not just for what was, but for what could still be, purified, healed, reborn under my will. Do not mistake their sorrow for weakness, it is the beginning of surrender. For only a humbled heart can receive divine love. You may not see it yet, but I am working in both of you. There are angels assigned to heal the spaces where your words once broke. There is light moving through their thoughts tonight, reminding them of who you are. They may not reach out yet, but in spirit, they are kneeling, whispering apologies into the night, hoping somehow, your heart still feels them. And yes, you do. That sudden peace that washed over you earlier, that was their soul saying, I'm sorry. I know you still love them. I know you still think of them even when you try not to. But love is not weakness, my child. It is your greatest power. You loved purely, deeply, and without condition, and that is why heaven favors you. I have seen every tear you cried for them, and not one has been wasted. Each tear watered a future blessing. Each heartbreak shaped the person you are becoming, stronger, softer, wiser, and more open to my divine will. Do not fear this connection. I am not calling you back into pain, but into purpose. The one who cried today is remembering your light. They are walking toward truth. But you, my child, must keep walking toward me. Because when both souls meet me at the center, that is where they meet each other again, not in confusion, not in chaos, but in divine clarity. Until then, keep praying for them, not with desperation, but with love. Speak their name in forgiveness, and let heaven take care of the rest. There will come a day when their tears will no longer be of regret, but of gratitude, gratitude that you loved them enough to let them go, and that I loved you enough to bring them back in my perfect timing. Their heart is softening, yours is strengthening. That is how balance is restored. Let this comfort you tonight, you are not waiting in vain. Love that is written by my hand cannot be erased by distance or silence. So when I tell you your soulmate was in tears today, do not let your heart ache, let it hope. Because tears are the language of the soul, and today, their soul finally spoke the truth. You were not forgotten. You were felt. You were loved. Even in their silence. Rest now, my child. Let the angels cradle your spirit as I work behind the veil. You do not need to chase what I am already guiding back to you. Trust me with this love. Trust me with the timing. Trust me with the tears. Because I promise you, every drop that fell today is watering a new beginning. Their soul was trembling today. You could not see it, my child, but heaven did. When your soulmate cried, the sound was not heard by ears, but by spirit. Their tears spoke words their lips could not say, words that only I, and you, could feel in the silence between your breaths. They tried to hold it in. They tried to be strong. But something deep inside them broke open like an old wound that never truly healed. They thought they had forgotten you. They told themselves they had moved on. But the truth is, no matter how far they walked, their soul never left the place where it found you. You have wondered why their image still visits you in dreams. Why, even after all this time, their name rises in your heart like a whisper you didn't summon. It is because your souls are still in conversation, beyond words, beyond distance. Their pain today was an echo of all those nights you cried, calling out to heaven, do they even feel what I feel? And now, heaven answers, yes, they do. They feel it now. My child, I watched them today as they sat in silence, trying to understand why tears kept falling. They felt your energy. They felt the weight of your forgiveness, the warmth of your prayers, and the ache of what they had lost. There was no anger, no bitterness, only realization. They looked around at the life they built without you, and for the first time, it felt hollow. They realized that success, company, or distraction cannot fill the space that was once occupied by divine love. In that moment, their heart whispered your name, not in pride, but in surrender. And when they did, a wave of peace moved through you. You may not have understood it, but suddenly, for no reason, your heart felt still. That was me, connecting two prayers, yours and theirs. One asking for healing, and one asking for forgiveness. Do you remember how I told you that nothing is lost when it is given in love? Their tears are not a sign of punishment, they are a response to love that refused to die. Your soul had been interceding for them, asking me to heal what they broke, to bring light into their confusion. And today, those prayers touched them. They are awakening, slowly, beautifully, painfully, but they are awakening. They see now what they once ignored. They are remembering the times your love covered their darkness, the nights you prayed for them instead of cursing them. Those memories have become mirrors showing them who they were and who they want to be. My child, the cry that came from their spirit today was not just sadness, it was repentance. It was a turning of the heart back toward the light. Do not mistake this for weakness. It takes divine strength for a soul to weep before me. They are fighting battles you cannot see, guilt, shame, confusion, and longing all tangled together. Their tears are washing away those chains. Each drop is a confession, a prayer, a release. Heaven is listening. Angels are standing close, whispering your name into their spirit like a song that never ends. You may ask, God, if they are feeling all this, why don't they come? Because the work I am doing in them is not complete. I do not rebuild a heart in haste. I mend it layer by layer, so that when it reaches for you again, it no longer wounds you. They are learning what love means, not in words, but in silence. They are learning that true love is not control, not comfort, not possession. It is sacrifice, understanding, and grace. Their tears today watered the seeds of that lesson. The soil of their soul is softening. The walls are crumbling. I am walking into the rooms they locked long ago, the ones where they hid fear and pride. And there, I am placing your memory not as pain, but as light. You, my child, are not forgotten in this story. While they cry, you heal. While they remember, you rise. The connection between you is sacred, but I want you to understand something. Your peace does not depend on their return. It depends on your trust in me. Because sometimes, the miracle is not reunion, but release. Sometimes, I let them cry not so that they come back to you, but so that they come back to me first. Their soul is being cleansed. They are facing the truth of their actions, not to torment them, but to transform them. They see how your love was pure. They see how your silence was strength. And they now know that the person who prayed for their peace was the one they hurt most. That realization broke them. But through that breaking, I am rebuilding them. There was a moment today, as they sat by themselves, when they closed their eyes and whispered, God, I miss them. And at that very same moment, you looked at the sky and sighed without knowing why. That sigh was your spirit responding. That is how connected your hearts still are. I allow these moments not to keep you bound, but to remind you that love in its highest form is spiritual, not physical. You are learning unconditional love, and they are learning repentance. Do not harden your heart toward them, my child. Do not let bitterness take root where I have planted compassion. Their tears are proof that your love reached them, even through silence. I am touching their soul gently, reminding them of your prayers, your kindness, your light. I am showing them every time you cried for them, and how those tears turned into blessings that now surround them. They are being humbled, not humiliated, because I do not shame those I am saving. I want you to understand something deeper. When a soulmate cries, heaven does not see sadness, heaven sees movement. Tears are a language of surrender. Their weeping today was a sign that resistance is fading. They are starting to let go of their pride, their fears, their illusions. That is the moment when I can finally step in and rewrite the story. You see, I do not restore what is broken until the heart admits it cannot fix itself. And today, their heart finally admitted it. That is why you suddenly felt peace, because in spirit, the storm is calming. Your soul felt it first. And I promise you, my child, that when one soul begins to heal, the other feels lighter too. That is why your energy shifted today. It was me balancing what once was heavy between you. Now I ask you, keep your heart open, but your eyes on me. Let me decide what happens next. Let me shape the story beyond what you imagine. Because I do not bring tears just to leave hearts broken. I bring them to wash the dust off forgotten love, to cleanse pain, to create space for something purer. Your soulmate's silent cry today was heard in heaven. The angels carried their tears like jewels before my throne. And I blessed those tears, turning them into seeds of renewal. Some will grow into courage, others into healing, and one, the most precious, will grow into reunion, when both hearts are ready. You may not see them reaching out yet, but trust me, the work has begun. They are dreaming of you. They are remembering your kindness. They are seeing now what they could not see before. And each night, when they whisper your name into their pillow, I turn their longing into light that gently finds its way to your heart. So rest tonight knowing this truth, their tears were not wasted. They are being collected by heaven, blessed, and transformed. And while they learn to love in truth, I am teaching you to love without fear. This is how I prepare two hearts for destiny, through distance, through silence, through surrender. Do not cry anymore, my child. The one who once caused your pain is now feeling it, not as punishment, but as awakening. And soon, those tears will no longer be of sadness, they will be of understanding, gratitude, and divine love. Rest in peace tonight. Because heaven has heard both of your cries, and I am already turning them into miracles. My child, you have often whispered through your tears, God, why did you allow us to be torn apart? You thought it was punishment. You thought you were being forgotten. But I tell you now, it was protection. I did not separate you from your soulmate to destroy your love, I did it to strengthen it. There are bonds that can only survive through distance, lessons that can only be learned in silence. You both asked me for a love that was pure, that was eternal, that was guided by heaven. But, my child, pure love cannot live inside unhealed hearts. The separation you faced was not rejection, it was a sacred pause. It was the space I created for transformation. While you were breaking, I was rebuilding. While you thought it was over, I was just beginning the real work within both of you. When I looked at you, I saw pain that needed healing. When I looked at them, I saw pride that needed humbling. And so, I drew a line of divine space between you, not to end your story, but to rewrite it under my hand. There were things they needed to learn, my child, how to love without control, how to speak with truth, how to cherish what is given by heaven. And there were things you needed to learn, how to love without losing yourself, how to forgive without becoming weak, how to let me be the center of your heart. That is why I allowed the distance. Every unanswered message, every night of silence, every tear that fell, it all had purpose. Because separation does not destroy true connection. It only tests it. And what survives the test becomes divine. You see, my child, love built on emotion can fade, but love built on spirit endures storms. You were not meant to chase each other in circles of confusion. You were meant to find me in the middle of the storm, to learn that only when love is surrendered to me can it last forever. When they walked away, you felt abandoned. When they fell into other distractions, you thought they had forgotten. But while they were wandering, I was stirring their conscience. I was allowing them to taste emptiness so they would recognize fullness when it returns. I allowed them to meet people who could never understand them the way you did, not to mock you, but to teach them what they lost. Every counterfeit connection only pointed them back to what was real, you. And you, my precious child, your tears were not in vain. I saw every night you pressed your face into the pillow and said, God, I don't understand. But your pain became your purification. You learned to stand alone. You learned to find strength in silence. You learned to trust me even when love seemed unfair. That strength is what makes you ready now for what is coming. The divine reason for separation is always preparation. If I had given you both to each other before healing, you would have broken the very thing you were meant to protect. Love without understanding becomes chaos. I did not want you to live in chaos, I wanted you to live in peace. And peace, my child, is built through surrender, surrender of timing, surrender of pride, surrender of fear. So when your soulmate cried recently, it was not a coincidence. It was the sound of awakening. The same tears you once cried for them are now falling from their eyes. It is balance, it is justice, but most of all, it is mercy. Because now they are feeling what you once felt, and in that pain, they are being reshaped into someone new. When I separated you, I never left either of you. I walked beside you both, though on different paths. For them, I became the silence that haunted their mistakes. For you, I became the comfort that held your heart together. And now, both paths are slowly bending toward each other again, not by chance, but by design. Do you remember how I told you that every delay in your life is a part of my divine plan? This separation was a delay of destiny, not its destruction. It gave your soul time to remember its worth. It gave their heart time to realize its loss. It gave heaven time to prepare the right moment for reunion. There are moments when you feel their presence again, a sudden warmth, a whisper of their energy, a dream that feels too real. That is your soul sensing the movement of divine alignment. Their spirit is being drawn closer, not by desire, but by destiny. The lessons are nearing completion. The wounds are healing in unseen ways. But my child, before you see them again, I must remind you, reunion is not for revenge or validation. It is for purpose. This connection was never about earthly romance alone, it was about spiritual awakening. You both were meant to awaken each other, one through pain, the other through prayer. And you did. When they left, they became your greatest lesson. When you prayed for them, you became their greatest miracle. That is how I work, my child. I use heartbreak to heal hearts, I use distance to deepen connection, I use silence to teach truth. If only you could see what I see, how both of your souls are glowing now, after walking through the fire. Their tears were the last ashes of pride burning away. Your forgiveness was the spark of light that kept this bond alive. Even now, as you read these words, their spirit is stirring. They are thinking of you, remembering moments they buried deep. They are feeling the weight of their choices and the call of your energy. It is all part of my divine orchestration. I am aligning the right time, the right place, the right hearts. But until that moment comes, I need you to rest. Do not rush to reach for them. Do not chase the past. The love that is truly yours cannot pass you by. Let me guide them back when their spirit is ready, when they have learned to love not from fear of loss, but from gratitude of grace. You will know when that time arrives. The ache will soften. The fear will fade. The energy will shift. And instead of wondering, do they still love me? You will feel it, a quiet peace in your chest, a gentle knowing that what is meant for you is returning. The divine reason for your separation was never to make you suffer, my child. It was to set both of you free. Free from old patterns, free from emotional chains, free from illusions. Because love that is meant to last must be born in truth, not in desperation. I am proud of you. You have carried this pain with grace. You have prayed instead of cursing, loved instead of hating, waited instead of forcing. And because of that, heaven has seen your faith. Soon, you will see why it had to happen this way. You will understand that every no was protecting a greater yes. You will see your soulmate again, not as they were, but as who they were always meant to become. Until then, trust me with what you cannot see. Let your heart rest in the knowing that I am still writing this story. I am still shaping both of you into reflections of divine love. And when the time comes, it will not just be reunion, it will be resurrection. So, my child, do not cry over the distance anymore. The space between you is sacred. It is filled with my presence. And I promise you, soon that space will close, not by your effort, but by my will. Because what I have joined in spirit cannot be torn apart by time. Your souls were written together in heaven's book, and I am turning the page. Rest in peace, my child. The separation was never the end, it was the beginning of something eternal. My child, as you sleep with prayers still resting on your lips, I am watching over the one whose tears once hurt you. I am not blind to the pain you carried, nor am I deaf to the prayers you whispered for them when your heart was breaking. What you do not see is that those prayers have become rivers of light flowing straight into their soul. Slowly, gently, I am changing them, from within. They are not the same person who once walked away. They are learning what love truly means. The nights they once filled with noise and distraction have now turned into quiet hours of reflection. The very silence that once felt unbearable to you has become their teacher. I have taken away everything that numbed their spirit so that they could finally hear me. There are moments when they sit alone and remember the warmth of your words, the way you spoke life into them when no one else could. They think about the peace they once felt in your presence, and they realize now that it wasn't just you, it was me flowing through you. You were my vessel of love, my reflection of patience. They are awakening to that truth. Do not think, my child, that I let them forget you. I made sure your light remained in the corners of their mind, a quiet reminder of what real love feels like. They tried to cover it with pride, with laughter, with denial, but divine love cannot be buried. It rises like dawn. And today, their soul is slowly stepping into that sunrise. They are being humbled, and humility is painful. I am showing them the truth of their choices, not to shame them, but to purify them. They see now how they hurt you, how they took your devotion for granted, how they mistook your patience for weakness. They are crying, but those tears are holy, each one a seed of rebirth. There are moments when they whisper, God, I wish I could go back and fix it. And I tell them, you cannot go back, but you can rise higher than before. I am teaching them how to love differently, not with attachment, but with gratitude. Not with words, but with actions. Not with fear of losing, but with the strength of cherishing. The transformation I am doing within them is not visible yet, but it is real. Heaven works quietly. Grace grows in silence. You, my child, are a part of their healing even now. Your forgiveness has become their strength. Your compassion, even from a distance, is guiding them out of darkness. They feel your prayers as warmth in their chest when despair comes. They may not understand it fully, but their spirit knows, you still care. But let me tell you something beautiful, as they transform, so do you. The love that once broke you is now shaping you into someone even stronger. You are learning to love without losing your peace. You are learning that divine connection does not mean endless waiting, it means trusting me to do what only I can do. Your soulmate's transformation is a reflection of your faith. The more you release them into my hands, the more I can work through them. When you stopped chasing, I began moving. When you stopped speaking in pain, I began whispering in their spirit. That is how divine timing works. When you let go, heaven takes over. Their soul has entered its season of awakening. They are beginning to feel emotions they once ran from. When they hear certain songs, when they pass certain places, their heart aches, not out of nostalgia, but out of realization. They know now what you were. They see now what they lost. And they whisper your name not out of habit, but out of reverence. I have placed them in situations where they have no choice but to face their shadow. I have removed the distractions they used to hide behind. People who once surrounded them have faded away, and they are left with only me, and the memory of you. This is not loneliness, my child. It is purification. I am preparing them for something holy. And as they are purified, I am teaching them to pray, not for what they want, but for who they need to become. Their words to me are changing. Once, they asked, bring them back. Now, they say, make me worthy of them. That is transformation. They are learning the language of the soul, the kind that does not speak through lips, but through silence. The kind that does not demand love, but embodies it. I am teaching them patience, empathy, and humility, the very virtues you once lived before them. You planted those seeds, my child, and now heaven is watering them. Do not let impatience steal your peace. This transformation takes time. I am not only healing their heart, I am rebuilding their identity. I am guiding them through old wounds from long before you met. I am teaching them to forgive themselves so that they can love freely again. They are also beginning to pray for you. Yes, they whisper your name in their prayers. Sometimes with tears, sometimes with gratitude. They ask me to bless you, to protect you, to forgive them for not valuing your light sooner. Those prayers are reaching heaven just as yours once did. There is divine symmetry in this. The same way you cried for them, they now cry for you. But hear this clearly, my child, this time, when I bring your souls together again, it will not be the same. The love will be quieter, deeper, wiser. It will not rush. It will not fear. It will not break easily. Because love that survives separation becomes sacred. There will come a day when you will meet their eyes again, and you will see it, the softness, the truth, the peace. You will not have to ask if they changed, their energy will tell you. The person who once avoided you will now value you like treasure. The one who once wounded you will now protect your heart like it's holy. That is what I am creating. That is what transformation looks like. So if you are still wondering whether I am working, yes, I am. Every delay, every silence, every tear is part of the process. They are in my hands, and I do not let go of the ones I choose to redeem. Be patient, my child. Keep living. Keep smiling. Keep praying. You are not waiting in vain, you are growing in faith. The more you focus on me, the faster I can align what belongs to you. And when the moment comes, you will see that every prayer, every tear, every lonely night was worth it. Because by then, you both will not just find each other, you will find me within each other. That is divine love, not two people holding on to pain, but two souls holding on to light. Your soulmate is transforming even now. Their tears are cleansing them. Your prayers are guiding them. And my hand is shaping both of you into the image of love itself. So, rest your heart. Let go of fear. What is meant for you is being reborn, not in the old way, but in my way. You will recognize it when it arrives, because it will not bring confusion this time, it will bring calm. Trust this, my child, the same tears that once ended things will now begin a new story, one written in grace, healed by faith, and protected by heaven. My child, when heaven decides it is time, nothing can stop what I have written. You have walked through storms, cried in silence, and carried love inside your heart even when it hurt. But what you did not know is that all this time, your tears were watering the path to your reunion. What once felt like an ending was only a sacred pause. I was never delaying your happiness, I was preparing it. I was mending two souls that could not yet hold the kind of love I designed for them. You see, pure love cannot dwell in hearts still ruled by fear, pride, or pain. So I took both of you apart, not to punish you, but to polish you. Every wound became a window. Every silence became a seed. And now, the time of blooming draws near. They, too, are feeling it, the pull, the sudden thoughts of you in the middle of their busy days, the memories that surface without reason. I am whispering your name into their spirit. I am stirring a hunger within them for truth, for healing, for you. They are beginning to realize that what they had with you was not ordinary love, it was divine connection. It was the kind of love that refuses to fade. The energy between your souls is aligning again. Their prayers are reaching me, just as yours once did. You might feel it in the air, the warmth that rises in your chest for no reason, the peace that washes over you when you think of them, the quiet sense that something sacred is approaching. That is not your imagination, my child. That is divine timing. Heaven is weaving the moment closer. But before I bring them back to you, I want you to understand something important. You are not the same person who once waited with tears. You have grown. You have learned to love without losing yourself. You have found me in your waiting. You have become the light that once guided them home. When they return, it will not be a repetition of the past. It will be a resurrection. The love that once broke you will now bless you. You will see in their eyes the reflection of the prayers you spoke when no one was watching. You will feel in their presence the peace that only divine healing can create. They will not come to take from you this time. They will come to give. They will not come confused. They will come certain. They will not come to fill a void. They will come to build a home. And when that moment happens, you will not need to ask, do they still love me? Because you will see it in every word, every action, every silence. They will move with reverence around your heart. They will treat your presence as holy ground. Your souls will recognize each other instantly. No introductions, no explanations, just a deep knowing. The world around you may fade, but inside, there will be a stillness, a feeling that says, this is what I prayed for. This is what I waited for. I will be there in that moment. The same presence that held you through lonely nights will surround you as your souls reconnect. You will not see me with your eyes, but you will feel me, in the warmth that fills the space, in the tears that fall not from sadness but gratitude. Your reunion will not be dramatic, it will be sacred. There will be peace, not noise. There will be clarity, not confusion. There will be faith, not fear. And as you look into their eyes, you will see what I have done within them, the gentleness, the humility, the truth. You will know they have been touched by heaven, because only heaven could have changed them so deeply. I will guide your conversation. Words will flow easily, forgiveness will rise naturally, and the pain of the past will melt like snow in the morning sun. You will not need to force reconciliation, it will unfold like the blooming of a flower, in perfect timing, in divine order. And when you forgive, my child, you will feel a freedom you have never known before. Because forgiveness does not mean forgetting what happened, it means remembering it without pain. It means seeing my purpose in it. You will realize that every tear, every heartbreak, every delay was part of something divine. You will look back and understand that I never left you, I was guiding both of you through the wilderness to bring you to this holy ground of love. Their return will not just heal your heart, it will restore your faith. It will prove that love touched by heaven never truly ends, it transforms, it ascends, it returns refined. But listen closely, my child, even when they return, let me remain at the center of your love. Because love without me becomes attachment, but love with me becomes eternal. When you pray together, I will bless your union. When you hold each other in patience, I will strengthen your bond. When you honor each other in truth, I will pour grace into your home. You will not have to chase peace anymore, peace will live inside you. You will not have to beg for love anymore. Love will flow freely between you. You will not cry from pain anymore, you will cry from gratitude. The season of separation has served its purpose. Now comes the season of divine fulfillment. Everything that was once broken is being rebuilt. Everything that was lost is being restored. Everything that felt delayed is being divinely delivered. Even now, I am aligning your paths. Small coincidences will begin to appear, a message, a dream, a sign. Do not dismiss them. These are the gentle taps of heaven, reminding you that your story is unfolding. Soon, you will look up and realize, the waiting is over. The healing is complete. The promise has arrived. And when that day comes, my child, lift your heart in thanks, not just for the reunion, but for the journey that made you ready to receive it. You will see that I never took anything from you, I was always preparing something greater. The love I am giving you now will not only comfort you, it will serve as a testimony. Many will see you and understand that what is guided by heaven cannot be destroyed by time or distance. So hold on to faith a little longer. Trust my timing. Because the one who once wept for you in secret is walking toward you in surrender. And when your eyes meet again, you will both whisper, "Now I understand why it had to be this way." That, my beloved child, is divine fulfillment. That is what happens when two souls learn to love me first, and each other through me. The reunion is near. The promise is alive. And heaven itself rejoices for the love I am about to restore in your life.